Okay, so we're going to be talking about the Parthenon today and how we can apply a scale factor to the Parthenon that would be appropriate for our model. Remember, it has to fit on a foam board. So as we look down below, we have these different measurements. They're given in different units. We're going to be using the one in meters. So try to find the height of the Parthenon in meters. There it is, 13.72. The length of the stylobite. The stylobite is the base of the Parthenon. That's 69.54 meters, and the width of the stylobite is going to be 30.89 meters. So we're going to be discussing that today. The questions up here above, we're going to be doing it tomorrow in class, but today we're just going to be finding the scale factor. So we're going to use these measurements in meters to figure out what's an appropriate scale factor for our model. So let's start with the longest dimension. The longest dimension is the length of the stylobite. That's 69.54, and that's measured in meters. We have to choose an appropriate scale factor. Let's remember what scale factor we used for the pyramid. I think we used something like, was it 1 over 200? 1 over 500 perhaps? Let's use something in that range. I don't know, let's start with 1 over 125. Okay, a little bit more than 100. I should say it's going to be a little bit smaller than 1/100th. And let's see what we get here. So you should be doing this, writing this down on your sheet of paper, and you should grab a calculator as well so you can do these calculations along with me. Now remember, when we multiply 69.54 times 1 over 125 on the calculator, that is the same as 69.54 divided by 125. And when I do that, I get 0.56, and that's measured in meters. Now, think about what that is. That's a little bit more than half of a meter. Would that fit on a foam board? It would certainly if we held the foam board the long way. Because I measured a foam board. A foam board is about 70 centimeters long, and 56 centimeters, of course, would fit on there. You're not going to have a lot of room other than that, but that would definitely work. Let's try our other dimensions as well. So this was the length. Let's take a look at the width. The width is 30.89 meters. We had to multiply that by the same scale factor. So of course you can't change the scale factor or you'll change the shape of the figure. And when we multiply that, we're going to get, we're going to divide, right, 30.89 divided by 125, and our answer is going to round to 0.25, or meters, which of course is about 25 centimeters. So that's going to be the width of the Parthenon. And now we're going to go to the height. Still, I think these are appropriate. The height is 13.72. We're going to be multiplying that by 1 over 125, which again is the same as dividing by 1 over 125. And there we have it's going to round to 0.11 meters, which again is about 11 centimeters. Now, you may be saying to yourself, I don't know, that might be a little bit big for the foam board. I think it would work, but if you want to try something different, let's say we want to try something smaller. Maybe you only have half a foam board to work with. Then let's try something like 1 over 120. So if we did 69.54 times 1 over, did I say 1 over 120? I meant 1 over 200. We're going to get 0.35 or 35 centimeters. Now that's definitely significantly smaller than the one above, but that may be good. If you have a smaller foam board you're working with, that scale factor may be right for you. Okay, now if we did that, if we again had to apply the same scale factor to the other dimensions, so we're going to do 30.89 times 1 over 200, and we get 0.15 meters. Again, that's going to be about 15 centimeters. So this is certainly a smaller Parthenon, but if you have a smaller foam board, this would work. And we had to apply the same thing to the height, so that's 13.72 times 1 over 200 is going to be equal to 0.07. That's going to round to 0.07 meters, which would be about 7 centimeters. Now that is a little bit small if you have a full-size foam board, but it can still work. Now when you come into class tomorrow, we will work work on the questions above. If you feel that you can handle them and you want to try them on your own, finding the area of each side as well as the volume of the Parthenon, go for it. Now the only thing is, the volume of the Parthenon would have to go from the stylobite up to the cornice. We don't have dimensions for the top part that sits at an angle, but we can still find the volume as it is a rectangular prism. See you tomorrow.